We're gonna talk about how to make her crazy about you with 3 power moves. Hello you, I am so glad that you are here, and we're gonna talk about how to make this woman crazy about you and how you can do it in 3 power moves. My name is Arica Angelo, and I am the CEO, founder of the Arica Angelo Intimacy Experience. And if you're new here, then you need to know that you need to stay till the very end to get your word of encouragement. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Listen, my man, it is no secret that us women are wooed through connection, through communication. So how do you make this gal crazy about you? Well, my man, you are gonna do this through communication. That's right. Those guys who have the gift of gab that can keep a woman engaged in conversation by asking her those deep, meaningful connections. This is how you stand out from the rest. So while the other guys are asking her, where were you born? How many siblings do you have? Come here often? All that stuff is the same stuff that every other dude is saying to her. But if you want to be the guy that makes her crazy about you, then you're going to have to go deeper, which means you're going to have to become an artist at communication. Now, I've done a video about things that you can talk about on a date, but communication that brings connection is what we're looking for. Asking her meaningful connection type of questions like, where do you see your life going in the next 5 years in terms of with your dreams, not just your goals? I want to know, what are those dreams that you have? You see, everyone talks about goals, but you're going to be the guy that talks to her about the things that make her heart come alive, that facilitate connection. So asking her about her dreams, asking her about the projects that she's passionate about. Is she an activist? What were some of the most impactful things that happened in her childhood? And what does she do with her life now to change those things, to bring awareness to those things, to champion or facilitate a new way of doing things? I grew up with 2 parents who loved me, but we did not always have the healthiest home. We had a lot of chaos and a lot of hard times that our family went through that at times was very dysfunctional. And it's what's pushed me to become this relationship dating expert. Is I want people to feel loved, because when we had chaos in our home, I felt rejected inside and I felt unloved. And so I don't want other people feeling that way. So chances are she has something that's happened in her childhood and she's showing up in a different way to change all of that as an adult. But you get what I'm saying. It's asking those meaningful connection questions. When you're just asking very basic things like, what's your favorite restaurant? Where do you like to buy your shoes? Those things don't get the heart pumping. What we want to do is really get that heart moving for her so that she's like, who the hell is this guy? And man, does he ask some deep questions. Now, some of you are like, wow, that's deep, Arica. How am I going to get there? You get there by 1, writing down these questions, and 2, having the boldness to ask them. These are not common questions. But listen, if you want to show up like all the other common guys, she's not going to be crazy about you. She is going to be crazy about the guy who stands out and knows how to ask those heart questions that facilitate connection with her. So let's say, all right, you got the communication down. You're gonna watch my video. You're gonna know what questions to ask her to get the heart juices flowing so that this woman is crazy about you. But the next thing is you gotta date her differently than everybody else. And I've talked about this in some of my videos about dating and how guys just kind of will show up and do the same thing over and over again. It's always a dinner date. It's always a coffee date. But you know what? When we're getting to know someone, there is a sense of adventure. She's scared just like you. Every time she says yes to a date, she's just as scared about going on that date as you are. So trust me, you're in great company. You both are afraid. But you want to take her on dates that have a sense of adventure, to get her doing things that she's never done before. It's getting her outside of her box. I remember one night that I went on this date with this guy and he invited me over, and he was inviting some friends of his, some acquaintances over. And so he said, hey, bring this type of food and you're gonna be my sous chef. I had never done that with a guy. I never just like cooked with a guy for other people on a date. I had done that in a relationship, but not as a date. And so you want to think outside the box. What kind of dates can you facilitate? Things that she's never done. Something creative, something out of the ordinary. What about asking her out on a hike, and then once you get to the top, you're carrying a backpack and she says, what's in the backpack? And you're like, girl, don't worry about it, I got this. And so then when you get to the top, what do? You open a bottle of wine, you spread out some cheese, some bread, some different meats, and then not that kind of meat. Okay, guys. But you get what I'm saying? Something unique like that. Instead of, let's just go on a hike, or let's just go for coffee. It's finding ways to heighten those experiences, to give her those dates that nobody else is taking her on. That's how you make her crazy about you. Now, maybe some of this stuff you've heard before, but this is a big power move that I want to share with you, because a lot of guys don't remember to do this. And this one tiny thing could really make you stand out from the rest and make her crazy about you. Remember, don't forget to stay to the very end of this video so that I can encourage you. And if you've not taken my attraction quiz, what are you waiting for? Take that quiz right now. I don't know where the thing pops up, so I'm just gonna point like a little gun. But the last thing is this, you wanna remember the details. I can't tell you how much this will help you, not only on a date and with a woman, but in life, in the workplace, with your family members. A person who remembers details about a person, something that they said, and then they follow up and ask them questions about it later, is gonna score huge points with that person. Why? Because you make her feel like she was actually heard. You make her feel like she was seen by you. Like, wow, this guy was really in the moment. He was paying attention. So if she tells you, oh yes, like I'm applying for this new job, I have an interview next week. If you remember, hey, text message her on that day of the interview and go, hey, sending you good vibes. I know you're gonna nail that interview. She's gonna be like, how on earth did this guy remember this? So it's paying attention to the things that she says, those details that she just casually throws out. And when you remember those and then you follow up with them and you ask about them, that right there can make a woman crazy over you, because it shows her, hey, this guy's really in the moment. He's really present with me, and he obviously cares. And when a woman knows that you really care for her, that's when she starts sharing her heart with you. So in the comments section below, let me know, which one of these are you going to try? Is it the conversation and finding ways to deepen conversation with her? Or is it getting more creative with the dates that you're taking her on so that she's having experiences with you that no other guy is sharing with her? Or is it my last power move that I shared with you, by paying attention to the details and then following up with the details that she said? I want to know, and I will see you in the comment section below. Listen, my love, sometimes we can make human interaction into physics when it's really not. It's sometimes just very simple. And so if you want to make a girl crazy about you, I want you to think about the people that you've been really enamored with in your life. Maybe it's a mentor, maybe it's a teacher who stood out to you. But I want you to ask yourself, what was it about those people that left a lasting impression on me? Did they make you feel seen? Did they champion you? Did they support you when nobody else did? It's remembering the impact that other people have had in your life and asking yourself, how can I show up that way with her? So I know sometimes you can listen to this advice and think, oh my God, there's just so many things. But if you stop and just make it simple and go, how is it that I feel special when other people treat me a certain way? How do I feel inside? Do I feel special? Do I feel excited to be with that person? And then start implementing that in your dating life. Implement it with the women around you. Remember this, my love, you have what it takes, and that you, my dear, are loved. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.